Hello, Gman 3C. This is your week 10 recap. I am Rob Top, and I'm here as always with Matt Cavelian. Hello, Matt.
Hello!
Right, we've got some big things to talk about this week, but first of all, I'd like to say thank you to Hugh Maniloff and Organised Crisis for their feedback on our recaps, and we're putting some of them things in place now, and maybe in the future we'll be able to get some guests on and stuff like that when we work out how to do it properly. But the big news, obviously, is Sage versus Jimmy Fantastic. Did you watch any of it?
I didn't know. This is news for Division 1, which is pretty pertinent to anyone that's shooting for playoffs, really. I heard about it after the fact, though.
Right, I watched Sage live on Twitch and was just like blown away by the game. Obviously, it's just blown away. But straight afterwards, I went onto Twitch and watched it on Jimmy's Twitch stream to see how it went down with Jimmy. Just to give you a little bit of history about it, the last time they played, Jimmy had already qualified, and Jimmy got all of his players, because the Sage won the toss. Jimmy got all of his players, run them into the corner, protected them all because he didn't want to get anybody killed. And the whole way through his stream, he was saying, "Why didn't I do it? Why did I try winning this game?" I know the tables were turned. I know that Sage is leading and Jimmy, sort of had to win, but didn't have to win. But it was nice for him to win. But yeah, what a brutal game. What have you seen about it? Have you seen clips or what?
I saw the match report and I went and checked the state of his team afterwards. If anyone hasn't seen, Jimmy Fantastic, a strong contender, usually makes playoffs. Usually a very, very strong kill team. Lost permanently killed 3 out of his 4 Claw Palm Chaos Warriors. His team's in trouble.
One of them died twice. One of them got one of them come back with the Apo and then got killed again.
Oh, is this why you're saying 4 deaths? Yeah. Oh, wow. So, and I think he's still qualified, right? He's still getting through. Is that confirmed?
He's fourth. They've all played 10 games and he's fourth. So he might qualify still.
And if he does, that's interesting for anyone from 3C that's potentially getting through.
Well, it's his Chaos Warriors that have died, and I was going to send him a message saying, "I think you need to speak to HUD."
Oh, please do.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was rubbing salt in the wound.
Oh, it would be. It would not go down well at all with him, I don't think. But so yeah, HUD, if you're watching, yeah, Jimmy, I think it's your advice.
But yeah, Flat Farter's favourite is still about. What a game. I recommend anybody to watch it, and if you've got the time, I would watch it on Sage's Twitch first and then go and see how Jimmy handles it, because some of Jimmy's fans are a little bit toxic, but has nothing to do with Jimmy at all. Anyway,
well, enough talking about Division 1.
Also, sorry, what I wanted to say as well, I did feel really sorry for Jimmy Fantastic, because last season he did incredibly well, and he obviously gets the bye week for winning Division 1, so he comes in on round 2, and he just come across a Wood Elf team that absolutely was built to destroy his team, and they got blitz kickoff results and all kinds of crazy shit, and they ended up beating Jimmy 3-1, and Jimmy was one of the favourites to win. And I just feel so sorry for him. He's got there again this season and had his team destroyed with 2 or 3 games to go.
Well, he does also he does play Kill Chaos though. He plays quite heavy Kill Chaos. So
yeah, you play kill teams and your team gets destroyed. Nobody really feels sorry for you, do they?
But no. That's Division 1. That's Division 1.
Yeah.
I'll tell you where it's really at, and that's Division 3C. Because we've had some stonking games as well.
Oh, haven't we? What's the average?
Yeah, solidarity with Div 1. We're down to the average TV of 1679, which is the lowest we've ever had. So yeah, we've lost. It's time for some Fs in chat as we come in later. But
so your average TV, is that at the start of the week before everyone's played, or is that at the end of the week after everyone's played?
It's basically I do it right before we do this. And some people haven't done their skills, and some people might have some money they're going to spend. But it's not an exact art. It's done via the main client. I do some maths, but it's just a fun little stat. So
cool. So let's get to it, eh?
Yeah. First up, we have The Dazzle Wargsters versus Bloodhorse, and this is a match that you watched. And here we go.
Okay, so we got Dazzle 1610 versus Bloodhorse 1870. They took Wizard and 2 Babes, and even though it's a blitz kickoff, you can see the ball's really far back. It actually bounced out, and it was just given to the Hobgoblin there. But at turn 4, left himself a bit open.
Around the back as well, yeah.
Yeah. They go for it to get near the ball, obviously fails there, but he re-rolls it and gets near it. Just causing them a few problems straight away, but they recover. And there's this is turn 5, and I was just showing this because it shows he does manage to get round, and also red dice KO.
Down you go, my friend. Down you go.
Yeah, that's rough. But yeah, from that position there, he does manage to work his way round and just have no problems on getting the touchdown.
Excellent. A lot of KOs there as well.
Yeah. I was trying to show the KOs and injuries because I'm not going to show every single injury on the clips anymore. So I think me just scrolling down just shows you the state of the play. This is just before half time. And
just a little bit back. There you go. A little bit back and forward. Slide in. Dancing home.
And I thought I'll show the KO rolls as well when they're worth showing.
Yeah, exactly. When they're pertinent to the play at hand. Very good. I'll tell you, that's pertinent. Getting them all back.
All back.
Yeah. 5 of them. Did he have Babes or?
He did have 2 Babes, so yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So the Goblin catches the ball, and the Orc drive sort of goes okay. I'm surprised he left this geezer hanging on for blitz kickoff or something like that, but he doesn't bother using his Apo on a Hobgoblin, which I can understand. And that's the trouble when the Goblin's got the ball, is you can get 2 dice on him, especially when you've got tackled guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't look good now. Gets the ball
in and out.
Yeah, so he's 1-0 up, and it's York drive. And you can see he's pretty well covered off on this side, so I think it's worth him actually trying to make the drive down this side and screen off.
Yeah, although I'm seeing something in the top left that might be pertinent later, but he gets through on the blitz anyway.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
And get going for the pickup with the blitzer, always useful.
Yeah, I'm surprised he got the ball back there. So they just put pressure on the ball, and now he's basically allowed to make a break for it again. So I think he got the ball back really well there.
Yeah, that was great. Didn't even have to use his wizard either. That's very good.
Yeah, still in the pocket. It's handy, isn't it?
Yeah, very handy.
But what comes over here? A nice ball central.
Yeah. Oh, only a push. Only a push.
But that's a strength 5 goat you got there. That's one of the best players in the league, pinning you to the sideline.
Well, there you go. That's no! Oh no!
I think he's stuck there, don't you?
Oh, well, you can get some assists.
Back.
You can get some assists. You've got a re-roll. He's not got stand firm. It's worth an uphill, actually.
Red dice, yeah. Ouch.
I'd have considered re-rolling that, honestly. But, he's come for the touch. He's just danced out. Okay. Yeah. See you, goat.
Yeah. You mean nothing. Just run through you.
So that's what, a 4+3+ with a re-roll?
Yeah.
It's not great, but, sometimes you forget that these difficult rolls, they're not as bad as you might think.
No, so more than 75% chance with the re-roll, I think. Is that right?
Speaking of which, that was a 1 in 9 on the short. That was a 1 in 9 on the short hands as we're talking about that.
But yeah, he had about 4 turns to get the winner, and manages to work his way down the side there, and
just seems like a standard kind of chaos. A standard chaos sort drive. It's difficult to pull off, obviously, but just down the side, just doing business. Yeah, 2 on grind. Very good.
Yeah, good game. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, excellent.
Level ups. We got no level ups.
Oh, so Harrington's got one, has he, on the Dazzle Worksters?
Oh, I missed that. Okay. So what did he get then?
He did. Harring Zord, the Black Orc blocker, probably block. Oh, Mighty Blow first.
Nice.
Oh,
Like
violent style.
Yeah.
It's allegedly the more efficient way of doing it. If you want to level up, is what I have heard.
Brave way of doing it. Yeah.
It's too brave for my blood. It's too brave for my blood, but respect.
He's gone block with 2 of them first, and then Mighty Blow with 2 of them.
Sure.
Yeah. You predicted 1-1. I predicted 1-0 to Bloodhorse, so I got 1 point for that.
You did. You did indeed. And yeah, no major injuries. Oh, a death for Paranoic.
That's the Hobgoblin he left on the line of scrimmage. So
yeah, it's unfortunate. Well, it's very difficult when you get that second skill on your the dirty player, right? Because you don't really want it, but still, you do want to have a dirty player. So,
and it got MVP as well. Of course, it did.
Of course, it did. You know, I feel the pain there. Yeah, I'm not gonna moan about that anymore. But my own team has had some rough times on that. But yeah, speaking of
lots of baddie hurts and stuff. Nothing too drastic.
Nothing too drastic. But yeah, next up we've got Shock and Gore versus Granny's Chosen, which is one I had a chance to watch. Shock and Gore coming in at 1600 and Granny's Chosen at 1840 for the TV. Undead took a bribe and a mercenary mummy. Also +1 fame and the kick. So starting off with everything here. Undead start going on the offensive early, but Khemri kind of keep the ball back. As you can see, however, there is no escape from Corpse Splitter.
He's so good, isn't he?
He's so good. It's a shame he's armor busted. Oh, he's so good.
Oh, he's based him.
He's based him, yeah. And Khemri try to kind of cover this, but yeah, the 1 in 9 stops, and then a really bad. Well, we'll see. That's boof. And then again, the crowd, the invisible crowd, and that's not a great scatter. That is not a great scatter. This was a lot of bad stuff happens to everyone in this match. It's unfortunate. Mummy coming through to try and kind of clear this up. To push back, free some things up. Let's get our white out of the way. The 1 in 9. The 1 in 9. Well, sorry, I have spoilers. The 1 in 9. Stops it again, and that's just unfortunate. Turnover situation. Turn 6, Granny's Chosen come in. Yeah, this is me letting it play. Blitzing through with the mummy here. Gets the defender stumbles, which is what you need for this. Opening up the ball. Having some good positioning there. Moving the rest of the players around, picking up.
Oh, come on. This is the Khemri drive as well, isn't it?
This is a Khemri drive. It's a double recovery. It's Trixie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's a flip-flop. It was a hell of a first half, I tell you.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Did he use
yeah, he did on the touch. No. So, yeah, the Undead couldn't quite get all the way down just because of the positioning. But yeah.
Nice. Tripwire?
No, it is very reliable player just to push that through. Could have gone either way. It was very unfortunate for the Undead there. But then Undead get an opportunity, a riot, an extra turn, and the touchback. Yeah, so a strong position. And
set up aggressive as well. So
yeah, set up aggressive. It's a good position. Gets all the way here, gets up, gets in a very strong position. The Khemri kind of just are able to just get through. Only the push. And it's unfortunately not enough. They just couldn't get out from there. Mummy. We're partway through the second half at this point.
And he runs quite a lot of ones on that break tackle,
but does get through. Only a push though. So yeah, this is the Undead setting up pretty well defensive, but just probably forgot about the break tackle. Didn't realise it. I've made the same mistake. But it's in a position to go. Oh dear. 1 in 9.
Is that the first thing he did on a turn? It is, isn't it?
Yeah. Corpse goes down. Then the mummy's right by it. And so you can probably guess what's about to happen. Needs a POW, but gets the POW. Pushes, takes the other ghoul down. No armor break, though, fortunately. And an unfortunate bounce for them as well. Just perfect positioning for the and another POW. Love the fend on that zombie, but it's just unfortunate. And as we can see, they just Khemri's just got oof.
Oh.
Used the reroll, and I'm sure he would have preferred to have kept that reroll. But now we've got an opportunity to see what the the quote unquote poor ball handling Khemri do, and picks it straight up with the AG3 skeleton. Pushes it through, and no, ghouls can get through. Ghouls are fast. Everyone loves ghouls, but that's just not quite enough. Some other stuff happening on pitch, and they do manage to get through. And you can depend on her, the skeleton, AG3 dodge skeleton. You can depend on her. You can depend on her to score, to get the 2-0. And from here, it was basically all over. I feel for Gruff on this one. It was
Griestein plays really well though, doesn't he? He can really well with those Tomb Guardians, don't you think?
Yeah, it was a good match. There was a bit of unfortunateness with some of those 1-9s, but it was just one of those games, unfortunately. In terms of level ups, we've got none for Shock and Gore and none for Granny's Chosen. No big injuries either.
There's number 9.
Oh no, you're right. Sorry, my mistake. I was looking.
We missed one each.
We did. I was looking in the injury column for where the level ups were for some reason. Cook's taste.
What would you take?
Would I take on a tackle skeleton on a normal? I'm not sure. Actually, I might have to think about that. And rather than waste some time with me thinking, I'm gonna.
Did you take strip ball?
Fen? No. Sorry, that's the incorrect team.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
I sacked him.
Has gone for kick.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Good call. I was thinking what some good utility would be for that, because strip ball's more what you want, and strip ball's decent, but that's more of a wrestle thing, right? But it might be useful. Yeah. Kick, you've not got a kicker. Strong. Can't really go ball handling because you're actually won. But yeah, no, good match. Next up, we've got interesting. We've got the Rams versus Dota, and this was a match that you saw. So here we go.
Yeah. For predictions wise, we both thought Dota were going to win this 3-1 and 2-1. We both was completely wrong.
We did.
Yeah. It's just one of those games where Arsik Fong couldn't do his stuff, and he heavily relies on this player, but he just he wasn't breaking the cages and stripping the ball off people.
And when we say he relies on him, I was too. Yeah, sorry, go on.
Sorry, there's a moment here where the Rams are really in trouble. So he's got nowhere to cage the ball by the looks of it. And I thought I'd show you the whole play, because the ball carrier's at the back, he's marked by 2 guys, and it doesn't look good. He is agility 4, so that was only a 2+ to get out. But I just love the way that he just screens the ball off, and just, I don't know, to me it just looked like, where do you go from here? Do you end up making a pass play? Or I just think he just played really well, kept calm, which isn't easy to do all the time. Changed his mind on the Minotaur there to put him in the right place, I think.
Hit the wild animal as well on a 4+. Yeah.
And then Arsik Fong's coming in doing Arsik Fong things, but mate, he's got sure hands, so he's needing that power.
Yeah, he's got. Yeah, he's needed. Yeah. Oh, he does have dodge. He doesn't have tackle though.
Oh, right. And that's a 7 dude. Yeah, it's only badly hurt, but I just thought I showed his turn because there's like a couple of crucial moments right here where he reduces the numbers down. Crunch.
Oh dear. Well, we can show deaths. Like everyone likes a bit of that. But and then he just pushes it forward. Yeah.
Yeah, it was easy after he took them couple of guys out. So the rest of the few free returns, it was obvious that the Rams were going to score. So it's the Dota's drive now. But as you'll see, he hasn't got that many men. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 men versus a full squad. So he's pushed to make plays here. So he forces his way down the sideline there.
Yeah. And I've ended there, so I don't know if this was the one you had a bit of a machine issue on.
Gutted. Yeah. It's a shame. But yeah, my computer crashed. I left everything to this week. I've been so busy, and my computer crashed, and I didn't realise that had happened. So sorry, guys, but it turned into a really good game. Basically, the Rams just smashed the defence of the Anagrams up, and they ended up with like 3 players on the pitch, and it was just an easy second half for the Rams, and they managed to get a turn 16 3-0 lovely win. He was putting the ball on the right players as well to try to get the SPP to the right people. And as you see, number 9's leveled up.
Okay.
First level, we probably give him block. I made a note of it actually.
Yep.
He did give him block, yeah.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. And that was the only level up. Possession wise, 81% to the Rams to 6% for Dota. So it just goes to show, just one of them one-sided games where that happens, doesn't it? That guy there, number 6, he got taken out really early. The block guard diving tackle dude. I think Dota did really well taking him out straight away, but the game just didn't go their way.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Death for Harusk. Here we touched on that. Guard on a blocker. It's not too painful, but it is annoying when you're getting to this point where you're really trying to start develop some of your blockers.
Yeah, they're hard to level up blockers. Your SPP goes to the blitzers mode. You're blitzing with them, you're scoring with them, and you find that you need to really pay attention to get those blockers points. And it's a shame losing a gold one.
Well, next up, we've got the Flylord Servants versus Rebel Supremacy. This is a match I had a chance to watch. It was Flylords at 1970 versus Supremacy at 1810. And yeah, the Elves took Babes and a Wizard. Nurgle got +1 fame, and as you can see, took the kick. Handily perfect defense. You're just able to whack your tentacle guys next to his guys. It's not really what the Supremacy was hoping to see. But the Elves keep the ball in their own half, but make a push towards the middle of the first half. As Nurgle kind of move around and just kind of position themselves to try and block this off. Can't really get anything on the ball directly, but high up on the pitch, and again, just take those blocks where they can and thin out the numbers when they can.
On your loner.
Yeah, on your loner, but pertinent in terms of the way this match is going to go. But the Elves are in a decent position. They're able to stall up. They're actually able to stall up pretty well. They've been down there on the sidelines for a little bit. The ball got passed to a person as well, or handed off, and so they're just able to just hold up a little bit, not score immediately. And yeah, it was enough stalling because they were. This is now into the second half because Flylords weren't able to do it at the end of the first. But as you can see, they were able to push forward on their own drive, getting, as you can see, quite a lot of numerical advantage, 11 v 4, so taking the risk of scoring at that point. Elves move forward, go for a long throw to get the ball out of there, but Disturbing Presence stops it. But of course, safe throw means that you keep it on you. However, you are standing in the middle of a lot of Nurgle Pestigors, who do the obvious thing that Pestigors are going to do when there's a lone elf standing in the middle of them, which is knock him on the floor. Moving forward to secure the ball, and just in general...
I'm picking up with a warrior then.
I thought he might as well, but just getting a little bit of... ideally all you want is a stun there, right? Just to stop any shenanigans happening. Yeah. But unfortunately, that's not quite enough. Just keeping you on the floor, and the Pesticor, the ball, is just free enough to be able to run all the way home, and that's Yeah, that leaves us at 2-1. Flylord's just getting the numerical advantage and just really just hammering it in. It's a 2-1 grind, and in terms of the bad injuries, it could be a lot worse. The two deaths we had were with the loner and a rookie lineman. Most of it, a few critical missing next games actually for whoever Rebel Supremacy have next, and Venom just badly hurt. In terms of level ups, Lightning and Electro, nothing for the Firelord Servants, and Lightning taking Leap for Agi 5. That's always useful, and Turn and Blodge Step for Electro.
Nice.
Yeah, it's what you want. Next up, we've got the Nordic Nooblets versus Typical Spanish, which is a match you saw. So here we go.
Norse 1940 against Spanish 1740. So there's 200 to spend there. You'll see right at the beginning here. He got a blood stepper on the ball and he just caused him so many problems. You know what blood steppers are like.
Yeah.
And you'll see that. Just so infuriating. Spanish did take a wizard and babes, and both teams got a bribe from this stadium as well. But as you'll see, North Drive, once that blood stepper got on the ball, he just couldn't get him away, and he's ended up doing this. They do try to sort it out, but the werewolf hasn't got tackle, which is desperately needed here, I think.
Yeah, that's eating a reroll as well.
And, where is a sidestepper? Just, he's gone. And the Yeti does get up to him, but no help at all.
No.
Pretty much game over. You've got a wizard against you. You're 1-0 down on your own. Hasn't been going too well. I love this here. This is how you use someone that's got sidestep against someone that's got frenzy.
Oh, ha.
Yes, he's getting
oh no! Down comes the fireball on the cage as well. Oh, yeah, there you go.
I missed another clip there. He actually red dices it, which was quite good to see. But that's a good fireball there.
Yeah. And getting the ball in your Witch Elf. And returning it. Nice. I was going to say, it's good to level up your Witch Elves, though I nearly took it back. But it was passed to a different Witch Elf, so,
The Witch Elves did seem to roll quite a few ones in this game. But they did well. I like this blitz. I've had loads. Oh, that's right. I saved it. But I had somebody drive me. But I managed to get this blitz off.
Down. Oh, that's oh no. That's concussion into concussion.
Yeah, that's a jump up blood stepper.
Oh dear.
And can she do it? Uses a reroll, dodges away.
No.
Snakes the dodge.
Snakes it. That's a lot of ones that turn.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, the ball coming in, kick there, and
line up for the Norse.
Yeah. So this is unfortunate. Go using the reroll on the pass, and
more ones.
Yeah.
But in this second half, the Norse lay down. They'd sort of given up, and they were just skipping turns. And I have to say, full respect to Bainesy, because on that turn 16, instead of like whacking those elves, he
did what? Sorry, you just cut out for a second.
I was going to say, instead of hitting the elves on his turn 16 after he'd been laying down for 4 or 5 turns, he didn't. He just basically tried a vanity pass and then.
Yeah, I presume he just headed off and. I presume he just.
If you're getting beaten up and you're losing the game, sometimes it's enjoyable at that stage. So no, I think they both did the right thing. So fair play to you both.
Yeah.
A
We've
couple of
had,
level up.
we've had a level up for Luther there. The
Luther took block.
Luther took
Uh,
block. It's a
yeah.
it's a lineman. He's already got block, hasn't he? He's a lineman for Norse.
Oh, okay. Let's have a look at him then. Let's see what's happened.
He's took a dirty player, it would seem.
He already
Or
had dirty
no,
player.
I don't think he's leveled him up yet. That's what's happened there.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I knew there was.
Okay.
I saw there was a few people that hadn't done it at the start of the match.
Right. And for the
And
Dark Elves,
Torius and Virgin de la
Tariq
Macarena.
took dodge, and the Witch Elf took block.
Those are both very sensible.
Yeah.
Although there's an argument for wrestle on that, which elf I would have said rather than block, but these are both sensible choices. And so yeah, next up is the Tiger Lizards versus the Bob Brotherhood. 1470 for the Tiger Lizards and 1570 for the Bobs. Nice even 100 between the two of them. And the way that they spent it was that the Lizards took an extra apothecary and the Bobs got the kick. No fame either way. I kind of like taking. We're getting towards the end of the season. I kind of like taking the extra apothecary here. Just to make sure you don't have a Jimmy happen to you. The Bobs were ceding ground actually to the Lizards here. Like I don't know if they're trying to bait an early score from the Lizards, basically just daring them to come into their own half here. But yeah, as you can see, giving them some space. But the Lizards don't take the bait. They just stick down the end of the pitch and, as I'm sure you can tell, score quite late on turn 8 with that skink, which puts them 1-0 up at half time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as you could.
What's happened here?
Yeah, they've aggressively gone after the ball. The Skinks have on the Nurgle drive, but that's a very fortunate or very well-timed POW as the Nurgle are then able to kind of surround the Lizards, get the ball out. Well, potentially get the ball out. There is a prehensile tail on that ball carrier, so I wonder if he'll be able to get away. He is unable to get into a relatively not super protected position, but not bad. And if he can make this handoff...
Oh, he rolled 2 6s in a 1.
Yeah, exactly. But that's still not a terrible position for them to be in. The Lizards are able to counter to some degree, getting the ball down. They've got those Sauruses able to just about get away and free it. But as you can see, the Nurgles have a cunning plan as they pull themselves back to try and... Those Skinks, they're just so quick. They're very easy to pull back if you have committed them to kind of like some kind of screen or just putting tackle down zones down somewhere. You can get them from other sides of the pitch to the other very, very easily. And as we just stick the boot in on the way down, why not? Push through just to kind of cause some damage on the way down. Not sure about the ordering on that, but yeah, we do have the Blitz, can get free, knock down the Saurus, knock him backwards, put some teasies on him, make it difficult for him to get away. And tempted to pick up the ball. And makes it.
Yay.
Now, it's very difficult for the Skinks to kind of get it back at this point. It's tricky to try and get that down. But Gary the Temp, God bless him. Boof. Gary the Temp, oh, you hero. You hero. You sacrificed
He sacrificed him.
Sacrificed himself to save the ball. Yeah, well, yeah. We'll see how well it pans out eventually. But Gary the Temp, we salute you and your effort. As a Blitz comes down in on the Croc. Ooh, mighty blowing claws there. Getting him there. Missing next game, a lot of the agility is not a huge problem, but still, the missing next game is really not what you need there for your big guy, especially the Crocs, being a decent big guy. This gives the Nurgles some space just to be able to move around and just
got to pick this up, honey.
Got to pick this up, and does. Gary the Temp. You tried so hard. And yeah, from there it's a scoring position.
Yeah, 1-0, okay.
Yeah, and Gary the Temp, we salute you. You are the hero. You're not the hero that we... You're not the hero that we deserve, but you are the hero that we need. I don't know which way around that goes. So, in terms of level ups, Zlitar got one for the Tiger Lizards, and Saint Bob has got one for the Bob Brotherhood, as we discussed, an Agi bust on the Croxagore. What would you go for Zlitar here? Basic skink first level up.
Sidestep.
Yeah,
or diving tackle.
No, sidestep is what he's gone for. He's already got a diving tackle guy. It's always tricky for those first level ups for your stunty players, but those are always a strong choice. Yeah. And Saint Bob has also not been leveled up. Waiting a little bit to see. Just have a bit of a think. Everyone's been, as I'm sure everyone's aware, everyone's been super busy this week for various reasons. And coming up now to the last match of the week, the MMR versus the New York Pilanders, and this is it's an interesting one.
Game.
Yeah, so here we go.
So you already know, guys, that New York Pilanders lose their first game of the season, and Juvasac beat Largo last season on week 13. So he's done it. He's beaten 2 seasons in a row.
I should have listened. I should have listened and done that for my prediction, but I did not, because I'm not very good at predicting, apparently.
Same here. The Orc drive down the side here. First of all, for the first 4 turns or so, they were just fighting out in the middle, and then he needs to make a break for it. And this is turn 5, now turn 6, and it's sort of like hit and miss. Is he going to do it or not? But you got ball centers that are pain when they start getting that break tackle or dodge, and stops the drive really well, covers the ball. He even gets the
nice coverage.
Goblin. Yeah, he tries picking it up, which I was a bit wary. That's dodgy pick up there. Wrestled. There's a lot to do for the Orcs. That was turn 7, and then I thought I'd show quite a bit of turn 8 to be like, are you gonna go for them crazy dice, or are you gonna fight? Largo's top of the league. He knows what he's doing, so he decides to fight, and it looks like it's going to pay off.
Yeah, let's try and get
2 injuries down there.
Yeah, you got to be thinking about like the rest of the match at this point, right? Just trying to get some injuries.
Yeah,
and 2, nice.
So Apode. I keep looking down here, waiting for him to do the move.
Yeah,
but he's still not doing it.
I mean, you've got to take the shots you've got that you've got a decent chance of hitting, and then just give it a go, right? You've got to at least try it, presumably. You've already had 2 injuries. If you can get another one, that'd be really useful at this point.
Yeah.
Was that a reroll on the really stupid there?
It was, yeah.
Ooh, that was an interesting choice, but
he doesn't even try in the end.
Yeah, I think, yeah. And presumably score happens from there, right?
No, he didn't score. No, that was 0-0 at half time. Now it's the Chorf drive. So I showed this bit because it's like, he could be in trouble. The Orcs are breaking through. He's deep back. Can he get the play off? That is a movement 7 Hobgoblin that hands off to the strength 5 Bull Centaur. Lazy
Blitz, I think. Oh, yeah.
Lady Blitz, yeah.
Or Lazy Blitz, yeah. Strength 5. Well, it's very difficult to get a good block on a Strength 5 player.
Yeah, well, put the viewer discretion up. You know what's coming.
Oh.
If only that dodge reroll didn't work. Because...
Bang.
Yeah. We've got a dead Lady Blitzer.
Yeah, it's
Apple already used.
Apple already used. Who did he use the Apple on?
On one of the Chorfs.
Oh, right.
Which worked.
Yeah.
But you didn't see that coming.
No. You had to do some real effort to get that blocking as well, that blitz.
Yeah, so with turn 15, it looks like the Chorfs have got it under control. They managed to win, but at the cost of a strength 5 ball, which
the very epitome of a Pyrrhic victory.
I think Jivsak's really happy with beating Largo. You
Yeah.
know, even if it did cost a ball. But it still wasn't easy at the end. You know, you can see that he's not going to score on turn 15, so he does get a turn 16 touchdown. But he just sort of outnumbered him at the end.
Yeah, there's just not really very much that the Orcs can do there, right? I mean, you've got no rerolls. Like, you could feasibly have not have scored. Like, it would be very easy for that to have failed.
Did he have sure hands on that guy? I'm not sure.
Still 2 go for it even, but yeah, it's
good win.
Right
good.
At the end as well. Yeah, very easily could have been 0-0.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how much that's changed the league. I haven't actually looked at the league table.
Well,
which I guess
funny.
we'll have a look now.
Yeah, it's funny you should say.
Oh, level up. Sorry, level up.
Barton Light Corps, number 5 for the MMR.
He got guard.
Cool. The movement 7 Hobgoblin.
Took dodge.
Cool. Got the double. Yeah, that's probably what I'd do in that case. And for the Pylanders, Anders Lee.
Mighty blow.
That's sensible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Believe me, I know the pain of losing a ball. At least mine was only a blodger when he went down, but like a straight 5 break tackle is just gnarly. It's unfortunate.
You predicted 2-0 to the Pylanders, and I predicted 1-1. Both got that.
We did. But as you mentioned, the leaderboard, it's still the same position. It's Largo at the top and Ant-Man just behind, still 3 points clear. So we could feasibly have a switch up. So Ant-Man and Largo, probably paying very close attention to a front runner for playoffs, basically having his team completely murked, either not going to make it through to the playoffs, or if he does, being a very interesting process to play. So that's going to be very interesting. And Hood and Maniloff, holding up in the playoffs. Still a lot. Hood kind of moving ahead, big victory for him. But Juvasak and Grief are still within 3 points of position 4, so there's still quite a lot to play for. Dota falling down, an unfortunate loss is kind of potentially. We've not got that many more games to go. That's kind of surprising.
This is the last season with them. He said he's getting rid of this team, starting another team next season.
Fair enough. It's going to be a shame to lose one of our heroes, AST. But I know it can be. It's good to switch things up, right? It's good to learn and play different teams.
Apparently, he had an even better player in his previous team. I can't remember the name of it.
But moving on to the predictions. For next week. Well, actually, we'll talk how we are. We both scored 4 points, so you're still 6 ahead of me, and it's looking like I'm going to be taking the punishment. We were talking about it being like a ghost chili or like shots of tequila. I'm not sure how easy it's going to be to get hold of a ghost chili at the moment, so we might be falling back on the tequila by default.
Okay. I think you have a couple of tequilas before the recap, and then have tequilas after every recap, and then by the end of it, you should be pretty sloshed. If it is you, that.
Yeah, if it is me to do that, it's going to be very interesting because I do the editing afterwards. So if it's late, that's why.
It's going to be a Saturday one, isn't it?
We'll see.
All right. So this week.
Yeah.
Where are we?
Or next week, I guess.
Next week. Yeah.
So Worksters versus Spanish. I've gone for 2-1 for the Spanish. Before I realised they were missing half their team, but we don't allow redos. So yeah, I've gone for 2-1, and you've gone for 2-0.
Yeah, I didn't realise they're missing half their team.
Nope.
Even though I watched I did the predictions before I did the recap today. And I got a feeling that was a silly move.
Yeah, I
think we should do it the other way around.
Yeah, we should. That was. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, my thinking at the time was, it's Agility versus Bash. They were just going to get the edge. Worksters have got enough to score, which is why I'd gone for 2-1 rather than 2-0. But seeing that they're missing many players, that might be a bit of a bad call. But It is what it is. Rebel Supremacy versus the Bob Brotherhood. I've gone for a draw, and you've gone 2-0 for Supremacy.
Because I back them every week and they let me down every week. Oh, come on, you can do it, High Elves. You can do it.
Yeah, this is just mostly going on form. Supremacy took a loss to a Nurgle team this week, and I've gone for a draw. I think they're going to be out for revenge. I don't think they're going to necessarily fall afoul of exactly the same situations as they did this week, but I still think it's going to be tricky for them, especially with all of that disturbing presence around.
Yeah. I've gone for a draw for some reason on the anagrams, Highlanders. I think the Highlanders are going to win, but for some reason,
you probably should have predicted it then.
Yeah, now I've watched the recap and like, how badly the anagrams got beaten up last week. Maybe they'll have good dice next week, but the Highlanders need to win this. He's fighting it out. There's 3 of them that can win it.
Yeah.
You've gone for Highlanders win, obviously.
I've gone for Highlanders. I think Arsik Thong's going to do Arsik Thong things once and then probably get heavily targeted. And so we'll see how that one pans out. So I've gone for the 2-1. But it's going to be a great match to watch. Next up is Granny's Chosen and MMR. I've gone 1-0 for MMR.
Who without their Strength 5 Bull Centaur.
They are around out of Strength 5 Bull Centaur, but they're not a one-player team. I don't think any of the teams here are one. As much as we talk about AST, I don't think Dota are a one-player team. Really, they've got some other players as well. But I think MMR just have got a lot of experience against other bashy teams. It's going to be tricky against Khemri. Khemri had a hell of a match this week, but I just think Juvasax is on a bit of a roll, and I think he's just going to be able to quietly just get that 1-0.
Yeah, I really like Granny's Chosen. I think he's an excellent Khemri coach. So that's why I've gone for the draw. I think they're just going to get a touchdown each on their drives, and that'll be it.
Yeah, fair enough. Speaking of which, Bloodhorse and the Tiger Lizards. Yeah, this is the one I've gone for here. Lot of tackle, not great for skinks, but the Tiger Lizards once again against another bash team this week, getting the draw. I think we're getting towards the end of the season, and yeah, it's I'm going for the draw there. Everyone just sticking by, hitting their plan, and yeah, scoring once each.
Yeah, and more coaches are taking apothecaries rather game-winning things. They're trying to save the team for next season. So, wizards and stuff don't come into it as much towards the end. Just trying to save your team. It is what it is.
Yeah. Next up, Shock and Gore versus Nooblets. I've gone 1-0 to the Nooblets. I think it's actually going to be a really interesting match. We've got 2 coaches who have had some good things and had some bad things happen into this season. So I'm just giving the edge of this to the Nooblets. Norse have got a lot of block. They're not going to be turning over as much from aggressive play, and it's a very unfortunate because I think Gruff was due at least 1 touchdown this week, hasn't got it, and I just think it's just going to end up being one of those matches. You've gone for a 2-0 win. You're backing him though.
Yeah, sorry, he's going to lose now, isn't he?
He's had some good wins. He has good turnarounds, and this could be the one.
I'm not a fan of Norse. I think they're all right in one-day tournaments, but I just hate the way they build, and I think that Gaul, what's his name?
Court Splitter, yeah.
Yeah, he's just going to be too much of a handful for the
fair.
Norse, yeah. And the big game next, Rams versus Servants. So you've gone for the Servants.
I have gone for the Servants. They're an experienced coach. They're an experienced team. So are the Rams, but they are lacking that little bit of strength from the Warriors not being there. And I think it's going to be a great match to watch. I think it's going to be brilliant positionally, but I think the Fly Lords just being at full capacity is just going to give them the edge here.
Yeah, I've gone for draw. I was like, it's too tight, and tight games normally end in draws. So we'll see. You need to make some different scores to me, didn't you, to catch up? It's no good.
Yeah, I also wasn't doing it. I wasn't paying it. I was being good.
I don't know yours. You just got to go with your gut, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Hud, if you're listening, please send Jimmy Fantastic a message. It's so funny. Do you want any advice? Right, so we're wrapped up by the looks of it.
We are, yes. Stay safe, everybody,
Yeah, that's all for me. That's all, folks.
and we will see you on the pitch.